How are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
I have to start with, so what's the secret of playing like a, what's the secret of playing a doctor in a superhero movie?
Wow, I don't, you just gotta you bring out your inner dork, I guess. Like, you know, he's just like, he's a bit of a Boy Scout. I've played a bunch of doctors over the years, which is really fun too, because you sort of get to dig it, you get to play with that juicy medical jargon and stuff like that.
See, I would want no part of that.
Really?
Yeah.
I have no idea what I'm saying when I'm saying it.
There we go.
But that's the secret, is to look like you know what you're talking about when you really have no idea. Like a real doctor.
I am a big fan of Tom Hardy, and one of the things that I think he does great in this movie is he just goes for it in every scene. Yeah. What is it like sharing the screen with him, and how much is he just finding it in the moment and you know what he's going to do, and how much is it sort of like, oh wow?
First of all, he's a lot of fun to work with, man, because of that intensity. He loves to dig in. We had big rehearsal sessions. Like, if there was a scene coming up that's like, you know, this is the overall construct of the scene, but how do we heighten it? How do we get like a little bit of humor in there? How do we make the action more intense? How do we heighten the stakes and just, you know, really work it to a fever pitch? He's down to work on that. Like, we would talk, he and Ruben and myself and Michelle were in a room a couple times for like 4 hours just working out the particulars of a scene. So there's a lot of prep that goes into that. And I find that when you do that kind of work ahead of time, that when you're in the moment, it leaves you open to that improvisation, to find other things in the moment, because you're so confident in what it is you're doing. You're not thinking about, you know, left foot here, right hand there. You're not playing Twister so much, but that you're playing jazz. You know what you're all doing, you're all in sync, but you're sort of feeding off of each other, and, like, you know, someone gets to go in one direction while you go in the other, and the three of us had a blast playing these scenes.
What do you think people would be surprised to learn about a making of like a big comic book movie like this?
I was surprised, and this is my first, you know, comic book movie, so you know, maybe they're all like this, but I don't think so. I love the way, like, the art direction and the physical production of this was unique, and that it was very practical. Like, obviously there's CGI and there's big, you know, like graphic sequences, but everything was tangible. So it wasn't just big flats of green screen all the time. It's like they were really building sets for the actors to sort of move around and play around, and then you get to just sort of superimpose your own imagination over that, which is really fun. If
I'm not mistaken, you're in Late Night. You got to work with Mindy.
Yeah.
Please tell me what that project was like and getting to work with, you know, on a movie that I think she wrote.
She did. She wrote a beautiful script. I can't wait for people to see this movie because I think they're gonna fall in love with it. But she approached me early on to play this guy who's maybe not the greatest guy in the world, but he turns out to be kind of a decent human being. It's all about the world of late night talk show hosts. Emma Thompson plays the late night talk show host. I play one of her head writers, and Mindy plays a new young, sort of starts off as an intern and comes in as a writer. She's totally the fish out of the water. She is the girl in the, you know, very closed off, cloistered boys club. So it's about her sort of making her way. And along the way, like, our characters get to be friends, but she wrote such a beautiful script that speaks on so many levels. It's touching and it's really funny. Emma Thompson and John Lithgow are just amazing in it.
I heard they're okay.
They're okay, yeah, but horrible people.
Right, of course.
But really, really fun to work with.
Of course.
It was great. I loved it. I mean, and the cast was amazing. So many wonderful comedic actors and actresses throughout. I think people are really going to dig it.
I cannot wait to see it. Congrats on being part of this.
Thanks, man.
Have a fantastic day.
You got it.